So chapter 32 of Genesis, the first book of Moses. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. And when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God of hosts. This is God's host." And he called the name of that place Mahanaim. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, "Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with Laban, and stayed there until now. And I have oxen and asses, flocks and manservants and womenservants, and I have sent to tell my lord that I may find grace in thy sight." And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, "We came to thy brother Esau, and also he cometh to meet me." I think we're going to have an unexpected, I remember this part, Esau is going to be happy to see him. "And he cometh to meet thee, and 400 men with him." So he's kind of scared, though, I think. Jacob's like, "Why 400 men?" Anyway, and Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. So it like jumps from messengers of God to Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau. Angels of God met him. I think the angels of God are symbolizing, like, giving him the idea, like, oh shit, I think it's important that I don't just show up, because remember when I left 20 years ago, my brother Esau didn't really like fuck with me, you know. And Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed. And he divided the people that was with him and the flocks and herds and camels into two bands, and said, if Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape. And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham and God of my father Isaac, the Lord which saith unto me, return unto thy country and to thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee. So he's like, what? Like he's calling for God, like, what happened? You told me to come, and now my brother's sending 400 men. Why would he want 400 men with me? Like he thinks he's gonna hurt him. And I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which thou hast shown unto thy servant, for with my staff I passed over this Jordan. I'm not worthy of the least of all the miracles and of all the truth which thou hast shown unto thy servant, for with my staff I passed over this Jordan. And now I am become two bands. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me and the mother with the children. And thou sayest, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for the multitude. So he's reminding him all the times God spoke to him. And he lodged there that same night, and took of that which came to his hand a present for Esau his brother, 200 she-goats. So he's like, has 20 he-goats, 200 ewes, and 20 rams, 30 milch camels with their colts, 40 kine, and 10 bulls, 20 she-asses, and 10 foals. And he delivered them into the hand of his servants, every drove by themselves, and said unto his servants, pass over before me, like, go ahead of me, and put a space betwixt drove. And he commanded the foremost, saying, when Esau my brother meeteth thee, and asketh thee, saying, whose art thou, and whither goest thou, and whose are these before thee? Then thou shalt say, they be thy servant Jacob. It's a present sent unto my lord Esau, and behold, also he is behind us. And so commanded he the second and the third, and all that followed the drove, saying, on this manner shall you speak unto Esau when you find him, and say ye moreover, behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us. I will appease him with the present that goeth before me, and afterward I will see his face. He's going to let him know, like, he just wants to let him know everything's fine. Peradventure he will accept of me. So he went the present over before him. So went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. And he rose up that night, and took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford Jabbok. And he took them and sent them over the brook, and sent over that he had. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. So wow, Jacob wrestled with God right here. He wrestles with God. Genesis 32:24. And Jacob was left alone there, and wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him. So I think the man And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he, I think that he's the man, saw that he prevailed not against Jacob, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint. As he wrestled with him, and he said, Let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. Yeah, so Jacob's like, Who are you? Bless me. Like, he realized who he is. And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed. So he's saying, like, damn, you have power, because you wrestle. And Jacob asked and said, Tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, Wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. So God just reassured him, you're fine. And as he passed over Peniel, the sun rose up upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. Therefore the children of Israel eat not of this sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh, unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh, and the sinew that shrank. So therefore the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh. Like, they don't eat that part of the body of an animal, I think, unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh, and the sinew that shrank. Tell me, I pray thee, Peniel, for I have seen the face of God, face to face. My life is preserved. Amazing.